How's it going, everyone? Mega Mashers here, and it's time for another Rate My Team video. This is number 4, and this right here features a very special Trick Room-based team, and the very beautiful thing about this team is that there is not a single OU-ranked Pokemon here, and yet this team has made it very high on the ladder. But this isn't my team. Oh, no, 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 no. This team belongs to one of my friends known as MattyBrollic. I met him on Smogon forums. Great freaking guy. And he has given me permission to feature his team on this Rate My Team video. He says that it would be an honor for me to make a video on his team. Buddy, I am honored that you allow me permission. This team is sexy as fuck. Without further ado, let's jump right into this shit. So allow me to introduce to you the mega of the team, aka the star. Well, actually, you know what? No. All 6 of these members are the star of the team. They form so greatly and work so well together that there's just no member that is better than each other because they all have pivotal roles on this team in order to function greatly in battle. So, anyways, the item for Steelix is going to be its Mega Stone, the Steelixite, to allow it to achieve Mega Evolution in battle. And the ability, pre-evolution, is going to be Sturdy. And then post-evolution is going to be Sand Force. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what Sturdy and Sand Force does, Sturdy allows for you to live a hit that would normally one-shot you if you were at full 100% of your health. Now, Sand Force, under the effects of Sandstorm, boosts Steel, Rock, and Ground type moves by 30%. So that means if this monster is under the effects of Sandstorm, its Steel and Ground type stab is going to hurt and hit that much harder, along with its Rock type moves for great coverage. As for the EV spread, 248 is going to go into its HP, 252 into attack, 8 into defense. We'll go with the Brave Nature with the 0 speed IV. And think of it this way, with a base 30 speed, Brave Nature lowers speed, and 0 speed IVs, you are going to be incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. That means you're going to be incredibly fast under Trick Room. Woo! So the first move that we have, Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam is something you rarely see because you have Gyro Ball being the quote-unquote superior option because it takes advantage of your really shitty speed stat. Well, here's the thing. Heavy Slam damages opponents based on how much you weigh versus how much the opponent weighs. And because Mega Steelix is so fucking heavy, Heavy Slam hits for a maximum of a base power of 120. Factor in Stab, factor in a new base 125 attack, fully invested. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit, that's gonna hurt very hard. The next move choice is an alternation between Fire Fang and Stone Edge. Now, Fire Fang is slightly better in this situation due to the fact that you hit Pokemon like Scizor and Ferrothorn for 4 times super effective damage, something that Stone Edge does not. And to point out, this team does struggle against the likes of Scizor and Ferrothorn, but Mega Steelix with that Fire Fang, not going to be struggling that much longer. But Stone Edge has the benefit of hitting things like Zapdos, Gyarados, Talonflame, and any other Pokemon that is weak to Rock-type moves. Up next, we got that super awesome Earthquake. For Stab, for that 100 base power, Ground-type just hits hard in general. Oh man, and I just gotta say that the Stab combination of Steel and Ground, you guys remember Excadrill, right? You remember how hard that fucker hits? Well, Mega Steelix is not that less powerful, even though it has base 125 attack, and Excadrill base 135 attack. I want to say that this is like Excadrill 2.0, except this is a slower and very bulkier version of Excadrill. Lastly, we got Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks is a great move for Steelix because this allows for you to set up entry hazards on your opponent's side of the field, and what this does is it damages Pokemon based on their type. So if it's a Pokemon that resists Rock-type moves, Stealth Rock's not going to do that much. But if it's a typing that is weak to rock-type moves, well then Stealth Rock's gonna cause quite a bit of damage. So that's all I gotta say about this set and this member. Holy shit, we're just getting started and I'm already fired up. Woo! Yeah, baby! Up next, we have what I like to call one of the scariest and most underrated Pokemon ever. This thing is in the BL tier. It's not OU, but you know what? This Pokemon damn sure deserves a spot in OU because this thing is it's just too fucking powerful, especially with adaptability. And what adaptability does is it boosts the power of your stab moves by 50%. Okay, that is insane. So anyways, the item of choice for Crawdon is going to be Life Orb to further boost the power of your moves at the cost of 10% of your health. The ability that we'll be using is Adaptability. As I said, very powerful ability that just overpowers your stab moves, that being Water and Dark. Water and Dark is a great type combination. As for the EV spread, we got 248 HP EVs, 252 attack EVs, 8 defense EVs. The Nature's going to be Brave with an IV of 0 speed. That means that you will be slow as dirt. Of course, you will be fast and clean and fucking just Speedy Gonzalez under the effects of Trick Room. So as for the moveset, we got Crab Hammer, which is a 90% accurate, 100 base power, water-type move. With adaptability and life orb boosting it, you are just going to completely ruin the lives of many Pokemon. Up next, we got Knockoff. Knockoff with adaptability and stab is fucking scary. Not to mention that added power boost that you get, 50%, whenever you knock off an opponent's item. That means that this, along with Crab Hammer, being two of your strongest stab moves, like, this thing is going to be very unsafe to switch in. You got to be Pokemon like Chestnut or Keldeo even to switch in safely to these moves, and even still, you're going to get a strip torn out of your ass with any of these moves. Up next, we have either Superpower or Swords Dance. Superpower deals super effective damage to the likes of Heatran, Tyranitar, and Bisharp. Now, although Heatran is weak to Crabhammer, Superpower deals more reliable damage to the likes of Heatran due to the fact that it doesn't miss, where Crabhammer has a 10% chance to miss. However, we have Swords Dance, and what Swords Dance does is it boosts the attack stat by 2 stages. 2! With adaptability boost, life orb boost, holy shit, you are going to 6-0 some bitches. Damn, man. And last, but certainly not the least, I'd like to welcome you to Adaptability Life Orb Stab Boosted Aqua Jet, which is priority, it's base 40, it's awesome, it picks apart weakened Pokemon, cleans up teams, and alongside Mega Steelix, man, this thing is like a fucking janitor, a very angry janitor on speed, and you will be swept and cleaned up and thrown out. So, that is team member number 2. Time for team member number 3. Woo! Up next, we have what I like to call a very, very threatening Pokemon, Dragalge. And how this Pokemon is threatening is thanks to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's release of its hidden ability, Adaptability, which alongside Crawdon makes this Pokemon just ever so threatening. So the item for choice for Dragalge, you either have Choice Specs to lock you into one move and boost your special attack by 1 stage, you got Life Orb to offer you 30% extra power at the cost of 10% of your health, and also the added benefit of not being locked into one move, but this definitely diminishes the staying power of Dragalge. And then we have Assault Vest. Assault Vest locks you into attacking moves only and boosts your special defense, which is base 123, by 50%. And this thing is also one of the best switch-ins to the likes of Mega Charizard Y, which would otherwise cause this team some real big problems. This thing is a Dragon Poison type, so Heat Wave, that's fine. Fire Blast, that's fine. Solar Beam, that's fine. Focus Blast, that's fine. It's gonna yum 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 delicioso eat up that shit. So the ability, like I mentioned before, Adaptability, which boosts the power of your same type attack bonus moves by 50%. That means Poison and Dragon gets boosted to dangerous levels. As for the EV spread, 248 is going to go into its HP, 252 into its special attack, and 8 into its special defense. The nature is going to be quiet, so that you can boost your special attack and lower your speed. And the IVs will be 0 speed and 0 attack. Now the moveset. Draco Meteor, oh my god. Oh my god. Draco Meteor being a base 130 special type dragon move with 90% accuracy as a 10% chance to miss, but the missing is not what we're worried about. Draco Meteor hits like a truck with stab, adaptability, and possibly choice specs boost. It's just going to destroy anything that doesn't resist or is immune to it. And for those of you guys that are worried about your dragon type moves being soaked up and immune, we got Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave happens to be the bane of fairy type Pokemon's existence because Sludge Wave hits them for super effective damage, not to mention with stab, adaptability, and a possible choice specs boost. Oh my god, the damage output is fucking gross. It's so gross it's good. Now, next, we have either Focus Blast or Scald. Focus Blast deals damage to Steel-type Pokemon, which would otherwise wall out these two moves. And also, this is a great way to break down the ever-so-common Dragon Steel and Fairy Core. You got Draco Meteor to destroy dragons, you got Sludge Wave to destroy fairies, and you got Focus Blast to destroy Steel types. But if Focus Blast isn't good enough for you, we have Scald as your alternate. Scald is a water-type move that deals 80%... it has 80 base power with a 30% chance to burn, which is awesome! Lastly, you can either choose from Scald or Hidden Power Fire. Now, mind you, don't be a dummy and run Scald twice. That is just not good. So, if you choose Scald the first turn... if you choose Scald on your previous move slot, then you need to choose Hidden Power Fire as your last move slot. And Hidden Power Fire is also a great way to deal super effective damage to Steel-type Pokemon. And Hidden Power Fire, get this, takes advantage of Ferrothorns and Scizor's 4 times weakness to Fire-type moves. That means Mega Steelix isn't the only Pokemon with Fire-type coverage. Woo! Oh man, that's awesome. Dragalge ranks as one of my top favorite Pokemon. But that's enough about Dragalge. It is now time to get into the Trick Room starters of the team. Up next on this super awesome Trick Room based team, we have our first Trick Room starter known as Cofagrigus. And I gotta point out that Cofagrigus is one of the true blue counters to Mega Kangaskhan. Not that that makes much of a difference because Mega Kangaskhan is an Ubers, but I just want to point that out. So the item for choice for Cofagrigus is going to be Leftovers to allow you to have passive recovery at the end of each turn. The ability is going to be Mummy, which is, in my opinion, one of the most fucking awesomest abilities ever, because if you come into contact with this beast, your ability gets taken away and they get the Mummy ability. That means that any Pokemon with abilities such as Refrigerate, Pixelate, Aerialate, all those, they get nullified, which means they're normal type moves that would get a type change and a power boost, they'd be gone. They'd be all gone. All gone. Bye-bye. As for the EV spread, we got 248 into its HP, 252 into its special attack, and 8 into its defense. And with the quiet nature, lowering your speed and boosting your special attack, base 95 special attack, fully invested, is quite respectable. And the IVs we'll be using is, once again, going to be 0 speed IVs, and we'll have 0 attack IVs. Now, the first move that we have is Trick Room. Trick Room allows for you to set up a very strange fucking dimension for 5 turns, which means that normally Pokemon that would be faster than you now are slower than you. That is the advantage of having a very shitty speed stat and having access to Trick Room. You can completely mess up any Pokemon teams that are based on speed and power. Now they just got power, and even still, power might not be enough to win you battles. So Trick Room, very nice, very awesome. I got the stamp of approval. Bam, right there. Up next, we have Nasty Plot. Nasty Plot boosts your special attack by 2 stages. That means that Cofagrigus is going to be quite the scary attacker that will always outspeed you until Trick Room is up. And this thing is not going to go down that easy, because with base 145 defense and base 105 special defense, and even though it's speed, no, sorry, it's HP, base 58, kind of shitty, but that's okay, because it's kind of offset with that near maximum HP investment at 248. That is amazing. Up next, we have its stab move Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is a special ghost type move with an 80 base power with a 20% chance of lowering your opponent's special defense by 1 stage. That's even better. And lastly, we have the choice of Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, and Hidden Power Fighting. What Destiny Bond does is, if an opponent is to take you down with a move, and that's right after you use Destiny Bond, you'll go down, but you'll take that attacker with you. But if you don't like that, we do have Will-O-Wisp, and what Will-O-Wisp does is it cripples physical attackers by burning them, causing residual damage, and also cutting their attack in half. That means that its base 145 defense is going to be even beefier, baby. But if that isn't good enough, we have Hidden Power Fighting, which offers unresisted coverage with ghost-type moves, and deals heavy damage to the likes of Tyranitar, Heatran, Bisharp, and just, oh man, perfect coverage is fucking win. But all 3 of these move choices are win, so it's really up to you and what you want. Destiny Bond, in my opinion, is the preferred option because you have that extra bit of utility to take down someone that could be a threat to your team. So that's all I gotta say about Cofagrigus. Let's move on to the next one. Man, oh man. If I keep getting this excited, I'm gonna lose my voice again. I really don't want that to happen, but you know what? I can't help it sometimes. When I get this hopped up and this excited, it's wow. Like, something that gets me so fucking pumped up is the amount of creativity that people put in teams. It's awesome. And creativity, as I said, if you know how to work it and you know how to use your team, it will take you very, very high up in the ladder. And I'm going to show you guys something at the end of this Rate My Team video. It's going to be awesome, so please stay tuned. Up next, we have our second of 3 Trick Room users known as Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is just one of the best Pokemon to abuse Eviolite, which is an item that Porygon 2 is actually going to be using in this situation. And what this does is it boosts the defense and special defense of Pokemon by 50% if they have not yet fully evolved. So, Porygon 2, being the bulkiest of the Porygon family, with Eviolite, that's just fucking gravy, dude. That is gravy. But you know what isn't gravy? In fact, it tastes more like cat piss, is knockoff. You do not want to get knocked off with your Eviolite, otherwise that's going to be a big problem for you. So the ability is going to be Download, which depending on the defensive investment of your opponent, it will either boost your attack or special attack by 1 stage, giving you just a little bit more of an offensive presence. So not only is this Pokemon a defensive Pokemon, but it'll be slightly offensive too. As for the EV spread, we have 248 into its HP, 252 into its special defense, and 8 into its special attack. And we'll go with the Sassy Nature to lower your speed and increase your special defense. And as for the IVs, 0 is going to go into its speed, 0 into attack. That way, you will be very slow and very fast under Trick Room, which, speaking of which, is going to be its first move. As I explained previously, this sets up a very weird dimension that flip-flops the speed of the Pokemon in battle, making you the faster of the battle, where your opponents would generally be faster than you, is going to end up being slower than you for 5 turns. That is going to play some serious mind games and mess up any strategy that is speed-based. Up next, we have Recover. Recover is a must for Porygon 2. and especially because of the fact that this thing is bulky, you're not going to really need to use Recover that often, but it's still so nice to have. It recovers 50% of your maximum HP percentage, which is very nice. Now, the next move choice we have, you either have Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. We have Ice Beam to deal heavy damage to the likes of Altaria, Garchomp, Gliscor, Landorus, just to name a few. But we got Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is a great move that deals damage to the likes of Water and Flying type Pokemon, and deals heavy damage to the likes of Gyarados, which is 4 times weak to Thunderbolt. Last move slot, we have Tri-Attack, and what Tri-Attack does, it's a base 80 power special normal type move that has a 20% chance of either freezing, paralyzing, or burning your opponent. That is awesome. But if that isn't good enough, we have Thunderbolt as your alternate. Thunderbolt, as I said previously, heavily damages flying and water type Pokemon. Now if you put Ice Beam and Thunderbolt together, they form the ever so coveted Bolt Beam combo. However, Tri-Attack is a normal type stab move, and with the download boost, is going to hit very hard, and with a 20% chance of inflicting either burn, paralysis, or freezing, that's even better. So that's all I gotta say about this guy. It is now time to move on to the last, but certainly not the least member. Here we fucking go. Woo! So allow me to introduce to you the third member of this team that is capable of setting up Trick Room, Cresselia. Cresselia has built a reputation of being one of the most bulkiest and most annoying Pokemon to take down. Oh man. And this forms a great defensive core with Porygon 2. Porygon 2 is specially defensive. This is physically defensive. So, the item of choice for Cresselia is going to be Mental Herb. Now, what Mental Herb does is, say if you get taunted, well, Mental Herb snaps you right out of it. That means that you can set up Trick Room without being taunted right away. But you must beware, this thing is a consumable item, meaning that once you get taunted, Mental Herb kicks in, and that's it. You're free from the taunt, but you got no item. So you must keep that in mind. The ability is going to be Levitate, and what Levitate does is it gives you an immunity to ground type moves. Oh man, that's awesome. Woo! So, the EV spread. 248 is going to go into its HP, 252 into its defense, 8 into special defense. The nature is going to be relaxed to further boost your physical defense and lower your speed. And the IVs, once again, is going to be 0 speed and 0 attack. And the first move, its main move, Trick Room. I already explained it, but I'm a nice guy. I'm going to explain it again. Creates a dimension where for 5 turns, slower Pokemon move first. Ruins strategies that are based on speed. Up next, we have Moonblast. Moonblast is a fairy type move that is unimmune by any Pokemon, and this is great for dealing chip damage, and also deals very well against the likes of Dragon, Dark, and Fighting type Pokemon. Up next, we have Moonlight. Moonlight is an inferior version of Recover, and Moonlight, although it recovers 50% of your maximum health, it depends on the weather condition as well as to how much your health will be restored. If you are under the effects of sunlight, you'll recover more than 50% of your health. However, if you are under the effects of rain, hail, or sandstorm, you recover less than 50%. So you must keep that in mind. And lastly, lastly, we have Cresselia's signature move, Lunar Dance. And what Lunar Dance does is, although it sacrifices you go down, you end up bringing in a Pokemon, and every single bit of that Pokemon restored. All statuses are gone, and that Pokemon is just good to fucking go. And this right here is great, because that means that you can restore either Mega Steelix, Dragalge, or Crawdaunt. And Crawdaunt is usually the Pokemon that Cresselia does the Lunar Dance pass off to. And it's worked very damn well. So that's really all I gotta say about Cresselia and about this entire team. But please Stay tuned, because I got something to show you. You Myron, bruh? Take a look at this shit. Right where that arrow is pointing. MattyBrollic, there you see it. OU top 500. MattyBrollic is ranked number 8. So that right there is unrefutable proof that this man has made it to the top of the food chain. Well, at least one of the places in the top. And you know what? It's because of this team right here. It doesn't have to be the strongest team, but damn it, man. If you are creative and you surprise your opponents and you know how to make it work and take advantage, anything is possible, man. Any fucking thing is possible. Woo! This is cool. This is awesome. But, you know what's even more awesome? Oh, buddy, you're about to see a replay of how well this team performs. It's game time! Woo! So here it is, guys. I'm about to introduce to you a demonstration on how effective this team is. And I am going to make the disclaimer right now that this is my very first time ever seeing this replay, so it's pretty much going to be some on-the-spot commentary, which is going to be crazy as fuck. So, without further ado, let us hit that play button! So, we see MattyBrollic leading off with Cresselia, the opponent leading off with Mew. Mew goes for knockoff, Cresselia loses its mental hurt, but guess what? That doesn't matter. Goes for Trick Room, and he switches, goes into Cofagrigus, gets Will-O-Wisp, but that doesn't matter because it is a special attacker. And then he switches out, goes into Sylveon. Oh, sets up that sexy, nasty plot. That is going to be a game. Oh, but Sylveon goes for Protect. Nice move on the part. And protects it from Shadow Ball. He won't be able to protect really next turn unless... Oh! What? What? Oh, he took away... Wow, that Sylveon is bulky as hell. Holy shit. And of course, Cofagrigus goes down to the Hyper Voice, which is a shame. Oh, but in comes Steelix. Steelix, baby! Here comes Steelix! Game time! Oh, he's Mega Evolved! Goes for the Stealth Rocks and switches out. Smart play on his part. Goes back into Crest for a predicted Earthquake, but instead ends up going for Stealth Rocks on his own. And oh, up next we got Victini. Then we get Trick Room in again. Next is Dragalge. Oh, man. Time to dish out the pain. He resists that V-Create just fine, but actually not just fine, because for a resistant hit, that did a lot of damage. And here comes Magnezone. Here comes oh, and it's immune! Goes for the Sludge Wave and it's immune. Now we're going back to Mega Steelix. And of course, the Flash Cannon does a decent amount for it being a resisted hit. And goes back into Landorus. Goes for another Heavy Slam. Nicely done. Goes for a U-turn. That does absolutely jack shit to Steelix. And then the predicted Earthquake! Holy shit! Oh, that's awesome! Oh, buddy! That is awesome. And he switches right back out, goes back into Dragalge. And then that Focus Blast. Doesn't really do that much, of course. Oh, no. Dragalge's down, man. That's not good. Oh, Crawdaunt. Here comes the Crawdaunt. And with that Aqua Jet, I mean, we knew that was coming. And Victini goes down. And next is Altaria. If this is Mega, this is not good. Most likely it's going to be Mega. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the Dragon Dance. Holy shit. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, but he doubles out into Mew. Well, not doubles out. He switches out to Mew. And Porygon 2 goes for the Trick Room again. And next we got Cresselia and the Will-O-Wisp. Oh, that's not good. That is really, really not good. Oh, Cresselia with the Lunar Dance. What the hell? Brings Crawdaunt in, and, well, the healing comes right back, and Crawdaunt loses 12% of its HP. But, of course, Crawdaunt goes for the knockoff. That means Landorus, I was about to say, could just Aqua Jet into Oblivion. And then, of course, Mega Altaria switches right back out. And then we got Porygon 2 switching right back out, getting that sexy download boost. Oh, no. This is not good. Oh, this is really, really not good. Oh, man. Oh, but that Ice Beam, though. Oh, barely hangs on. And then gets taken down by Frustration. And then, of course, Crawdaunt goes for that knockoff. Even though it's a resistant hit, that's not going to matter. And then there's Mew. What's he going to do? And he goes for the knockoff again, and it's super effective. And with the adaptability boosted, holy shit, that is awesome. And then Sylveon is the last Pokemon. This is going to be good. This is going to be good, guys. I'm on the edge of my seat. Woo! Oh, but the Trick Room wears out, and the Hyper Voice takes down Crawdon. It is right down to the wire. This is going to be close. And that Hyper Voice doesn't do that much. That's heavy slam, and that seals the game. MattyBrollic, my man, you are the winner, and it just goes to show how creativity and ingenuity can win you games. You don't have to use overused standard Pokemon all the time. If you bring creativity to the table and you know how to put it in work, then this right here is what is going to get you results. And with this team, along with MattyBrollic's intelligence, has made him peak with a number 8 ranking out of 500 Pokemon Showdown OU users. That is impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. I hope you enjoyed my on-the-spot commentary for never seeing this battle before. Oh my god. Oh man. Mega Steelix, being one of my favorite Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Megas, comes through with that Trick Room support. Damn, son. Damn. I hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys next upload.